This is a special episode 248. And I've never done a podcast at 10:30 at night, everybody. But this is what we do when you're trying to promote a film festival, reach your 250th, and get people to know about Jesse Kuba and his film, The Moon is in Aquarius. Hi, Jesse.
Hey, hey Tony, how's it going?
It's sweaty in Redwood City right now, but the spirits are high. We're just, gosh, what time is it? 10:30, as I said. We are 13 and a half hours away from our opening filmmaker lunch. So all of our team is scrambling and making things and setting things up, and we're very excited, just hoping everything works out and that nothing else goes wrong. Because as you know, making a film is very much things going wrong, and that's how doing a film festival feels, like just things going wrong all the time. But how are you, man? Like, what are you feeling like as you're getting ready to show your film for the what screening number is this for you?
In terms of festivals or all together?
Yeah, festivals.
Okay, in terms of festivals, this is actually my second
Yeah.
for this film. We got into the San Francisco Black Film Festival last month, I believe, and that was our first screening, official screening of the film. But we the first festival didn't have as many people as I'm hoping.
Okay.
We're making film festival we have, and this will be in an actual movie theater
Yeah.
format and all that stuff. And so I'm so excited to see the film on this scale as well.
Yes, let's do it. All right, so if you have not heard of The Moon is in Aquarius, let's give people a little insight into what they can expect. And I'll tell you, it's playing on Friday night at the Cinemark Century Theaters in Redwood City, California. And you get to see two short films ahead of time. So they're all Bay Area made films that are happening at this block, which happens at 6:30 p.m. in Redwood City. But Jesse, tell us a little bit about The Moon is in Aquarius. What can people expect?
Yeah, so The Moon is in Aquarius is a movie about Black love. It's a walk and talk rom-com that's shot in San Francisco. Basically, boy meets girl at a house party in San Francisco, and they have an instant attraction. So they ditch the party to explore San Francisco at night, and as the night goes on, they begin to fall in love with each other and the city. So it's a very heartwarming, hopefully funny. It's funny to me. Um, Hopefully, it gives that rom-com vibe to the audience, that comes to see the movie. But yes, it's a rom-com. It's very very light-headed, and it's very very exciting. And I show as much of San Francisco as I can, make it a character in the film. So I'm very excited to see how people respond to it.
So you make San Francisco a character, which is something a lot of filmmakers say. But for someone who's not a filmmaker, what do you mean by that?
So the way to make a place, a location, a character is the way you show the your human characters in the film, how they relate to their location, how they relate to the setting in which they are in, right? So if the place that the characters meet each other, if that is a place that's just not any place, if there's a significant reason why those two characters happen to be in that setting, then the place has become a character in the film. Same way we have houses that become characters in film, because like the Conjuring franchise, like the first film specifically, like that house is most definitely a character because it interacts with the characters in the film, the human characters in the film.
Love that. Yeah. So when you come and you watch The Moon is in Aquarius, you will see all of the beauty, all filmed at night, by the way. So the lights of the city is really cool to watch. I told you this before when we first selected your film. Like the actors are really beautiful. Like they look like they're famous people. and they have some really good chemistry, some hot chemistry. So this is a Friday night date movie. Just because there's some hot love in this movie. There's a little sexy
Spicy
scene,
love.
spicy love. What's something you learned about directing, making this film, and working with actors?
I would say, especially when it comes to working with actors, is the importance of rehearsal.
Hmm.
I think, especially in independent film, there tends to not be enough time or resources to present actors or the filmmakers with time to craft the characters together. But for my film, knowing how important the characters are and knowing that it's a movie that's really about two people, then I can't risk that.
Hmm.
So, we had to do rehearsals and, go through each scene before we went to shoot it on set, because on set, we don't have time to figure out what the character is or what the character is going through. We only got time to shoot.
Hmm.
Do all that work before. And so, um, I didn't think rehearsals were important, but now I know for a fact that I'm never going to make a film without having rehearsal time with the actors.
Can we talk about that spicy scene? How did you work it out? Did you have an intimacy coordinator? What was it like working with these two actors who had to,
Yeah. So, I know there's a thing that happens sometimes in first time filmmakers where they tend to over romanticize or over show too much of sex, But for me, I was very cautious of that. I did not want any part of the film to be distracted by this one activity. So, in the process of writing the script, I knew that we wouldn't visually see a lot of the things that are gonna happen in that scene, but getting the actors together, getting an intimacy coordinator, and doing some version of a rehearsal before, making sure that not the characters, but the actors feel very comfortable been in that space, especially when clothes have to go off, right? So we had to make sure everyone was comfortable and we went step by step, no rush. And if you're not comfortable, we can stop and wait until or we can adjust until, you feel comfortable as the actor to do these things. So it was very well planned out and we really made sure everyone was super comfortable with all the steps.
Glad to hear that you did that. We are doing an intimacy coordination workshop too at Brave Maker Film Fest this weekend because it is something that is a little bit newer in the past few years. You're hearing a lot about it, and to protect not only the actors, I think, but also to protect yourself as a director, is you want to make sure you are not putting your film in danger or pressing people to do things that they're not comfortable with. So, in general, I think that's a really great mindset to have: is how can I make my actors set up for success? To bring these characters to life, they need to know ahead of time, which is rehearsal. Simulated sex scenes are just like action scenes, right? We're going to choreograph a dance. How much is going to be shown? Who is going to be touching who where in this simulation? That's something that I've learned working with that intimacy coordinator. And I think it's really important stuff. All right, man. Well, before we jet off, what's something you want to say to someone who's on the fence thinking about coming on Friday night at 6:30 to see your movie? What can you inspire them to come and check it out, and why?
Well, I would say the reason to check out my film is just to see Black love in the Bay Area, spotlighted. We don't have that many. I think the last really big Black love movie that we had in the Bay Area was Medicine for Melancholy from Barry Jenkins, which is over 10 years old. So I think this is a very specific story that is tailor made for the Bay Area and to show or give really, give Black people, a chance to see themselves away from stereotypes and see, you know, the smart, intelligent Black people that do exist in this world but don't get enough, don't get enough screen time in cinema in general. So
Yeah.
this is, we have characters here that are breaking the stereotypes, right? So it's something fresh. I would say it's not Citizen Kane, okay, but I think there's a lot to learn, and I think the movie is trying to say something specifically about love and the different kinds of love that do exist, in the world that we live in currently.
Cool. Well, I've seen it twice. Saw it by myself on my computer. Then I saw it on a big screen in Redwood City, and I saw people's reactions and responses. Cool to see people come up to you and talk to you about it. And as a Bay Area filmmaker, I'm wishing you tons of success and hoping that it gets into more festivals and you find some more traction. I was telling Jesse off podcast, I had a connection with a potential distributor. I was like, I think this would be perfect. And it didn't go with that. That was just fine. You got to find the right people to accept it. But anybody who knows Jesse or knows any filmmaker, do what you can to support them. I would say come out and support indie filmmakers. Sit in the theaters, watch their films, buy tickets, and keep the theaters alive and help indie filmmakers get their next film made by giving them what they need in the resources and funding and support. So you can follow the Instagram, which is the first letter of the movie. So TMIIA movie on Instagram. Check it out. Find out more information about Jesse and come meet him at the festival. He'll be hanging out with us a lot, I hope, Jesse, and cast and crew as well.
Every day. Yeah. So a good chunk of my cast will be there as well.
Awesome. Yeah, this is what I also tell people. 5-10 years from now, I know that seems like a long time away, but a lot of these makers will be progressing, and you meet them now where they're on the ground level and you develop relationships with them that you never know where they're going to go. So, all right, Jesse, wish you so much luck, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Tony.
You got it. Everybody else, bravemaker.com/filmfest is where you need to go to buy your tickets. We have sold out a couple screenings, which is good. We have a lot of tickets left. Some workshops are filling up because the workshop space can only fit like 35. So if you wanted to get into workshops, don't procrastinate. We will have to, unfortunately, close the doors and turn people away. But there's lots of things happening at multiple venues. So if one thing is sold out, just find the program. Looks like this. It's also online. You can download it. bravemaker.com/filmfest. Find out what films, what workshops you want to go to. Hang out. There is free stuff too. All right. Hope you all come, and we'll see you soon. Brave stories change the world, and you are the story. See you soon, everybody.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at bravemaker.org. Like, subscribe, and share. To become a monthly donor, text the word BraveMaker to 44321 or go to bravemaker.com/donate. Thanks for tuning in.